I got no control. I can't believe it happened to me. God knows I know it happens to others. The system's broke, I know it now. You should know it too.
So many children taken away, a child per minute gone, they say. With parents left with no answers. Kidnapping is what EPS stands for. Not knowing what was done to lose your kids, trying to jump through house they forbid. Your pool must obey their commands. For this we will not stand. They have no authority to take them away. You steal kids every day, and that's okay. You look to the court to find some relief, but walk away empty-handed. We don't see. You did nothing wrong to warrant this. Day after day, your children you miss. You try to take a stand to be pushed back down. We need a superhero to come around. Tiff and the Punisher, hear your cries. We never want your family to say goodbye. We are here for the long run. We want to lend a hand. Do you have no authority to take them away? They steal kids every day, and that's okay. You look to the court to find some relief, but walk away empty-handed. We all see. Tiff and the Punisher are with you. Join us and take a stand. We will fight for your rights. Leave no stone unturned. We want the cage workers to feel the pain. Something they're responsible for every day. They tear families apart who hope for a new start. Never get the chance they deserve. They need some accountability, that's for sure. Tiff screaming loud and the Punisher with her bat. Watch out, CPS, we will attack. We will push you back to the courts and strip immunity away. We will stop at nothing to put him away. So beware, EPS, these are our words. Watch for Tiff and Punisher. They're ready to fight. Have you heard? Punisher, they won't back down. Fight for the children in every town.
They are taking our kids every day. I shout them in and no one has a thing to say for those who have been isolated. Don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallet. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeve. You can't do what you're trying to do. We have done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken, god damn it. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher is screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids, pictures held up like thin tags. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with high speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather flock together. So watch out CPS, here we come. Picking you one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. So give us back the kids you have taken. Tiff and the Punisher sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows and the only games you play are old Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher warrior, and we cry out to all of you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't care. All children are being stolen way too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. Stop.
Hey, Tiff.
Hey, Darren.
See, it moves.
Yeah. That is hilarious. Oh, there it goes.
There we go. Look at that go. That's better than the one on the moon landing.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Better than the one on the moon landing. There we go, everybody. Well, Tiff, guess what?
What?
Where you're from is getting it. They don't want CPS anymore.
I am not from West Virginia.
But you knew what I was talking about. And they
Yes,
get
I
it.
did.
Why are they getting it? I'm excited about this. I'm excited about these people finally using their goddamn brains and saying, let's get rid of this crap.
Yep.
That's all we need to do. There is no more reform. There is no more fixing this. There is no more, let's put a Band-Aid on it. Let's give some money to this and let's do that. Fuck you, abolish it. That's it, period. It needs to go away. You know, it's crazy. I don't know if anybody's ever seen the Nancy Schaefer video, but I was working on the app last night and I opened it up, the website for it. And, you know, I forgot all about this. And you know what? I think everybody needs to hear this. I don't know if, oh shit, I think I might have just messed up. If I did, then I'll be right back. But if I didn't, I'll be right here talking to you. If anybody hasn't ever heard Nancy Schaefer's speech that she gave after she lost her Senate seat because of it, and after all of that, I think everybody should hear it, because this makes you realize that 15 years ago, it's been 15 years since this speech was given, and not a damn thing has changed. But she got it. She understood it. And if she came back to life right now, if some miraculous Nancy Schaefer pill came about, you know what? She wouldn't even realize that we've even moved in time, because nothing has been changed. Let me get here. It's really a damn shame. But check it out. When was this? Let's see. This was in, God, I want to say it was like 2004 or 2005. There's got to be a description on this video somewhere here before I put it up to present for us.
Well, if it's been 15 years, then it's right around there.
Yeah, it's definitely got to be 15 years. Well, thank you. Thanks for that, Tiff, because she couldn't give it if she was on the underside. Very nice work. Thank you very much, Tiff. Tiff, quote of the day. But
John, I didn't do anything. I don't live in West Virginia.
Well, maybe you should. And apparently I'm the Punisher today. That's what it says. But everybody, don't go anywhere. If you have friends there that are sitting there and they're like, hey, why do I always talk about CPS? Grab them and put this on. If you have friends that don't understand what you're talking about, tell them to watch this show right now. Seriously, you guys got to watch this and listen to what this woman says. And we'll be right back with you after this. But you got to listen to this. This is so
I will share with you on the unlimited power of Child Protective Services.
There we go.
Bestand und stand in 2007 allemaal in aerial laser.
Well, my name is Nancy Schaefer, and I'm from the state of Georgia in the United States. And thank you for your gracious invitation to join you tonight. And thanks to all of you who have made this incredible World Congress of Families #5 in Amsterdam possible. It's a privilege for me to join you tonight and to be with you in some pro-family policy here. I will share with you on the unlimited power of Child Protective Services. I served in the Georgia State Senate, and after 4 years of viewing the ruthless and unsparing actions of Child Protective Services, also called CPS, which I will use tonight, I wrote a scathing report entitled "The Corrupt Business of Child Protective Services." Thank you. The report cost me my Senate seat. Here's some copies of the report, if you'd like to get one. However, there are causes worth losing over. And this is one. I'm going to talk about some of the problems and then some realistic, maybe, solutions for families and children. and maybe look to some steps that we can take. This is not to say that there are not those children in wretched situations who need to be removed. There are, and we all agree. But tonight, I'm talking about those children removed from their homes intentionally for profit. Children are seized unnecessarily from their families due to the federal aid created in 1974 entitled the Adoption and Safe Families Act. It offers financial incentives to the states that increase adoption numbers. To receive the adoption incentives or bonuses, local CPS must have more children. They must have more merchandise to sell. Funding is available when a child is placed in a foster home with strangers or placed in a mental health facility and medicated, usually against the parents' wishes. Parents are victimized by the system that makes a profit for holding children longer and bonuses for not returning children to their parents. This is abuse of power. It is lack of accountability. And it is a growing criminal political phenomenon spreading around the globe. Oftentimes, but not always, poor parents are targeted to lose their children because they do not have the wherewithal to hire an attorney or fight the system. Being poor and lacking proper housing does not mean your children should be removed. CPS has redefined poor to mean psychologically inferior. Therefore, it is in the best interest of the child to be removed. Best interest, of course, has also been redefined at the child's expense. It has been reported over and over that 6 times as many children die in foster care than in the general public. Once a child is legally kidnapped and placed in official safety, the child is far more likely to suffer abuse, including sexual molestation and/or rape. Case workers and social workers are often guilty of fraud. They withhold and destroy evidence, and they seek wrongly to terminate parental rights while being protected by state immunity. There is a huge bureaucracy made up of judges, court-appointed attorneys, guardian ad litems, social workers, state employees, court investigators, therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists, foster parents, adoptive parents, and on, who are looking to the children in state care for their job security. Judges have control over private living arrangements and income of 48.3 million Americans. The United States Census Bureau reported in 2002 that $40 billion in transfer payments were made between households of custody parents and other parents. That money, $40 billion, is under the direction and control of family court judges in environments covered with confidentiality laws that protect the wrong people. Fathers are victims of this unjust system. Child support payments, even without having visits with their children, are choking the very life out of fathers. 3 fathers, of whom I am aware and have been in touch with, committed suicide in the last 12 months because they lost the opportunity to even visit with their children. These are crimes against humanity for financial gain. Rights are removed from parents, human rights, civil rights, and even religious rights. One illustration of what took place in my district is that after so many calls, I decided to call a meeting in one of the counties of my own district. I personally called 37 families that had been in touch with me who had all lost their children, grandchildren. I had them meet me in the library one Saturday morning. We started at 9 o'clock and we ended at 9 o'clock. We had 50 families standing outside the door that could not get in. We didn't have time to talk with them. There was incredible anguish and profound suffering from these families. Some children had been taken off the school bus, taken out of the hospitals, or taken out of their homes in the middle of the night, and even worse. It was just an incredible ordeal. These parents, trapped in the system, become like refugees. They're dazed and glazed and have no one of whom to turn. They do not know what to do, and the loss of their children is devastating. After having worked in this arena for several years, I do not believe that a single child comes out whole after having been in this system. Many foster children make up the homeless population of today. I introduced legislation, Senate Bill 415, in my last session. A substitute bill was written at the last minute by the chairman of the Judicial Committee. All the strong points of my bill had been compromised. I was told, accept it, Senator. At least you will get some legislation passed. And I answered with, obviously, you do not know me. I did not come to the Capitol to get legislation passed. I came to make a difference. What can be done? An independent audit should be called on every state of all Child Protective Services departments. I am in touch with congressmen and state officials, and the door may be possibly opening very slowly. A federal congressional hearing is needed. But let me add, due to the hundreds upon hundreds of cases that I've been called to consider, I placed calls to state senators, representatives in their respective states across the country, asking them to help me with certain families. And I was told, if I help that family, or if I help you, I will lose my job. Remove, abolish the federal and state financial incentives, and those are taxpayer dollars. Those dollars have turned CPS into a business that takes children and separates families for money. Open family court. Remove the confidentiality laws. Give parents their rights verbally and in writing. I even feel that to terminate the rights of parents, the case should be heard before a jury. Family rights and parents' rights must be protected. We do not need more influence like the UN's Convention on the Rights of the Child. It's anti-parent, anti-child, and anti-common sense for the family. There has to be perseverance for any great reform, and great reform is needed in this area. As Charles Spurgeon put it, how do you tame a lion that is well fed? First, he must be brought down. Second, his stomach must be lowered. How do you tame Child Protective Services? It may be only by closing it completely and starting over at the beginning with pro-family values. In closing, let me remind you that there is case law from state appellate and federal district courts and up to the United States Supreme Court, all of which affirm the constitutionality of the rights of parents to actually be parents to their children. There's biblical law too. It goes like this: speak up for those who can't speak for themselves, and for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and the needy. Thank you.
Wow. Everything she said was true.
That is a warrior right there.
Yeah.
That woman went up against the Senate of Georgia. She knew she was going to lose her job. And, you know, here was a woman that she wasn't settling for reform. Because like she says, reform, the children just sit there and they wait and they wait and they wait. I wrote this comment back to Facts Over Lives. Okay, let's talk about reform. So it's 2026 now. So anything that gets implemented, let's say we took one of these bills that all these people are trying to go out and pass and all of this. How long does that take to go through?
It can
If
take
it went
years.
through this year, 2026, let's say they voted on it just now. How long would it take to implement that bill into whatever they were saying?
Years.
Years.
And they might not even implement it at all. Just because it got passed doesn't mean they're going to follow it.
Right. And in this amount of time, how many foster children are being raped, abused, mentally abused, physically abused, neglected, torn from their family, parents being just giving up and, you know, being just strayed away from, cast out of society, or casting themselves out of society because they're too broken. You know, like, how many people are they going to let go ahead and commit virtual unaliving, really? Because that's what happens to most of the parents. They just give up.
Yeah.
You know?
And when they do that, the system wins, because they can go right back to court if they need to and say, we told you, look what happened. Look what she did, or look what he did. They took their own lives. We told you they weren't stable.
Mm-hmm. And it's terrible. And they don't care. They don't care why. They don't care about it. They don't care what brought you there. Any person that loses a child, because you know what? Here's the thing. And I don't mean any disrespect, and I can't say this. If you lost a child to death, it would be easier than it would be if they were taken from you, because death gives you closure.
Yep.
Death gives you, nothing is bringing that back, you know, so that makes you it forces you to have to get better, move on, you know, like, you have to just do what you've got to do to get by. But the one thing that they're not ever coming home. And that's an awful thing. But you would never see people that they had children that passed away get treated the way that the parents do of CPS that get stolen, that get kidnapped from them. Never, ever would you see parents be treated like this. Take as much time as you need. Baskets of food and money and all of this stuff coming into the family to support them. And what do you need? And, do whatever you need to do to get by. And, all of this shit. None of that happens to parents in CPS. Get back to work on Monday, Tiff. You know what I mean? It's this. Get over it. Move on. They'll come home one day.
You can have
What
other
the hell is
children. That was my favorite one. People come back and tell me, my worker said, you're still young. You can have more kids. I don't know. You should have knocked her teeth out.
Yeah. What the hell is that? The way that they treat us as parents. So what the hell with a group of people that have been treated like pieces of garbage, that so much so is that you do the most evil thing that you could ever do to a person, and that's remove their child, kidnap their child. Why would we even want to give them their sanity of reform? Why would we even want to settle for, let's reform this? They, in essence, gave us the death penalty for our children for crimes that we committed, that we were never charged with. So what the hell is that? What is that? What is that us as Americans are willing to just, it's okay? Because in the wild, you know how that goes. A chickadee will try to peck your eyes out, for God's sakes. They don't care. They will fight you to the death if you take their egg out of their nest or whatever. Same thing with a bear or a lion or any of that stuff. But why are we as human beings, the ones that are supposed to be smart and know what the hell is going on, we just let a woman that graduated from college with a badge come in and take our kid because they said so? What is wrong with us?
Fear. It's fear.
There's nothing to fear but fear itself, Tiff.
Oh, you ain't got to tell me. I don't fear any of them.
Why are any of us even sitting with reform as an option? Because do you think people that their family went through the death penalty, you think they're like, hey, let's reform the death penalty? No, because you know what? There is no reform for the death penalty because the end penalty is dying.
Yeah, right.
So how the hell are you going to reform that?
Yeah.
You get rid of the death penalty. Now, it's my opinion, and that's it. But I do believe in the death penalty myself. I do believe that, if you murder someone, then you deserve to go too. I mean, eye for an eye.
Yeah, that's right. That's what the Bible says too.
I certainly don't believe that a parent, even that committed the most atrocious of things, that did not happen to the child. First of all, as long as you weren't beating or molesting or, putting heroin into your kid or, something along those lines. But if you did something that had nothing to do with your kid wasn't even involved, you were out one night having a good time with your wife or your husband, and you guys had a babysitter and you guys went to the movies and you went out bowling or whatever, and you had a couple drinks, you came home, you got an OUI on your way home. You don't deserve to lose your kid because of that. Your kid was at home with the babysitter. What the hell is CPS coming for in the fact that you were doing something legal? Now, you were out drinking and driving, and that was illegal, and you'll pay the penalty for that.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to lose your license. Could cost you your job. A lot of things could come from that. But what you certainly shouldn't do is have them come and kidnap your freaking kid for it. That had nothing to do with that child. Nothing at all. And I'd like to think that most of us are smart enough and responsible enough to know that we shouldn't drink and drive with our kids in the car.
Yeah.
But you know what? If we go out for a night out and put our hair down and let's go out, then, hey, all shit, it is what it is, things happen. Obviously, you have many options nowadays, so it's very easy nowadays to not do that. There was a point in time where it wasn't easy not to do that, especially if you lived in suburban areas. There wasn't a cab service. There wasn't nothing. You go down to the Legion, do karaoke on a Friday night. Every cop in town knew you were there and popped you on the way home. It was just inevitable if you did that.
Here in Virginia, we have the mixed drinks law. You can order mixed drinks and they'll deliver them right to your house.
All right. That entices me to come to Virginia a little bit more.
Yeah. You can have alcohol delivered to your house. As soon as the driver gets there, the only thing you got to do is ID you. If you're legit, you get it.
Wow. That's crazy. That's a great job to have too. I bet that's
Yeah.
very lucrative business.
Well,
Is it busy?
I don't know because I don't drink. I don't know. But it did pass. It's called the mixed drinks law.
Wow. Well, I mean, that's one way of keeping them safe from drinking and driving.
You can have weed delivered to your front door.
You've always been able to have that happen, Tiff.
Legally, though. Legally.
Oh, yeah. Right. But I'm just saying that we can't sit here under reform. We can't even, that shouldn't be on the table, because what are you going to reform? Because at the end of the day or the beginning of the day, the number one thing that's happening is they're taking your kid. Like, how many people are out there right now that they didn't even get the chance to even fight for their child or fight for their child not to be taken? Like CPS, what you're hearing now is CPS just comes, takes your kid, and then let's deal with this.
Yep.
You don't even get to go through a plan or any of that stuff. Now it's, here we are, we're taking your kid, and then we'll give you the opportunity. What the hell is that? Even if you commit a crime, you get to go to jail for a night, you pay your bail, you get out until you go to trial. Same thing with a child. Like, no, you don't get to just come in and take this kid because you think it's okay. And then and they do that on purpose because it completely makes you just all discombobulated.
Mm-hmm.
You don't fight right. It's the same thing. They say, like, you need to be on the outside because you can't fight for your rights if you're in jail. You need to be on the outside because there's things that you can't do if you're in jail. You can't make phone calls. You can't call programs. You can't do all of these things. It's the same damn thing. They know it. They take your kid from you. They paralyze you immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Because all you're thinking about, especially that first month when they take your kid, I mean, you can't, it's hard to even move in any direction without crying. You know, like every place you move, every step you take it's an emotional, like, lightning bolt to you. You know?
And that's why here in Virginia, their MO is to come on Friday, take your kids, so they have 5 days before you have to have a hearing, because weekends and holidays don't count.
Right. Mm-hmm. Then isn't that funny? They seem to always come on a Friday. Notice that? Yeah, Fridays.
Yeah, that gives them the 2 extra days to build a case against you. So when it's time for your 72 hours to be up, they already got their whole case. It's over and done before you ever step in the courtroom.
Yep. It's just it's absolutely asinine. So to sit here and talk about reform, fixing the system, what are we trying to fix? Trying to fix the fact that they're making money off of trafficking our kids? Because that's what this is. People need to start realizing that. They are paying for our children.
No,
That
we.
is called,
We.
right, we are.
paying.
Right, you're right. It's our tax dollar. Federal money is not the government's money. It's our money that we give the federal government to disperse in a way that we are supposed to know that they are being responsible. Buying and selling children is not a responsible way to use our tax dollars. So how is that hard to see that you can't reform that? How can you reform anything like this?
And the state judges, the locality judges, whatever you want to call them, we're paying them bitches too.
Mm-hmm.
It's state tax money. The states have no money unless we pay our taxes.
So I propose this. Stop dealing with these advocate groups that are saying, let's reform this, let's reform this, reform this. Find a group that's around you, or maybe it's even us that's going to start something. We need to just straight up abolish CPS. It needs to just be taken down. I know where there's a drafted bill that says that. And it also
that was written in 2023 by Darren Way.
Right, exactly. That maybe some people have stolen and changed around a little bit.
Yeah.
But the way that it's written, that I did it, makes it so it's not ha 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 funny and people make fun of it, because the thing that was taken out of it was the sheer fact that all of it was built around abolishing CPS. And there's been even a better plan to replace CPS. You make it a voluntary thing. You don't put paid positions in places where, and incentives in a place where you don't want corruption to happen. You know what? There's plenty of people out there that would volunteer to make sure that children are okay. There's plenty of us out there that would volunteer to ensure that no child gets harmed. Because I'll bet you $1 million, Tiff, and we'll have $1 million by then. But I will bet you that there isn't that many kids that are actually getting abused.
Mm-mm.
In fact, I would bet you that if you flip the numbers around, there's more parents being abused by their kids created by what they're doing right now than there are kids being abused by their parents. Because that's what it's turning into now. Oh, don't you discipline me? I will go tell my school counselor and they will call CPS. And I'm going to go get a foster home and I'm going to get a new family. Go
And you
ahead.
know what? My daughter tried to say that shit to me one time. You know what I told her? You better call Jesus when you call them because that's where you're going.
Yep.
So you go ahead and call because you're going to need Jesus. That's what I told her.
Mhm. Yeah. Or you'd be like, look, you going to call the cops on me? It's a long time between that phone call and when the cops get here. So you better remember that. Deidre says, what about the drivers that drive in with the drinks to you if they get pulled over with that? What happens with it in their car?
Well, it's legal for it to be delivered, so I'm sure they have to be like with Uber Eats or there's a couple other ones. I can't think right now. My nose is running. There's a lot of food places that deliver. I'm sure it's fine. I ain't heard nobody got arrested for it yet, and it's been in effect for a year.
Ah, isn't that funny? I love the delay because look at Deidre says, hello, it'd be nice to be acknowledged, Darren and Tiffany. Just giving you guys a hard time. You know me. But we already acknowledged her in that thing. So, haha, Deidre, we beat you before you could do that post. I love the delay.
Yeah.
I love Tracy Vargas. That woman right there knows what's up. She's calling 100s on the abolishment. That's what I'm talking about.
Well,
John's telling us how to make some sort of concoction that I don't want any of you to follow.
no, I definitely am not following that. Anyway, so I really hope that all the states start following what West Virginia is doing because I really truly believe that this governor's fed up.
God, Tiff, I knew it would always come back to your hometown.
Well, if it does, then I guess West Virginia is not going to be poor anymore because everybody's going to be moving their ass to West Virginia.
Yeah, you want to increase your economy. You're damn right. Yeah, and when you move to West Virginia, you get immunity from any sort of CPS cases. Imagine that. Wouldn't that be
Yeah,
something?
DoorDash. That's right. That was the other one. Yeah.
Because they make, what do they call those cities? What do they call those cities where if you're an immigrant, and I'm not being rude about by saying immigrant, I'm not trying to be whatever, but you know, they sanctuary cities, right?
Yeah.
So why can't West Virginia, if they're truly, I'm trying to find the article right here.
Well, their governor's serious. And it's a red state. They've been a red state forever. They've never been a blue state ever.
How long has this person been governor?
Maybe a year.
So they haven't been a part of West Virginia being so terrible at it.
He came into the Jim Justice used to be their governor.
And he loved the money, right?
I think he went to Congress. I think he's in DC now. But him too. He wanted to do something. And then when he found out that his state failed an audit, that's really, I think, why he lost. And this guy stepped in. But this guy's already told him. The first thing I heard about it was you when you said, he told them, we're not giving you no more money. Do what you can. What you got. And then that one came out.
I'm trying to look for it in the news where, but you send it to me, right?
I sent it to your messenger. Let me see if I can pull it back up.
All right. Well, I mean, I can pull it up. That's fine. But I mean, this is it, people. This is it. You know,
I just sent it to you
we were
again.
all we were all so excited about Trump coming into office and Doge doing some of this and that and yada yada yada. Well, now that we're Venezuela is our 51st state, doesn't seem to me that they're really
It
worrying
is
too
not our
much about.
51st state.
Well, okay, 52nd after Canada.
It's
But
not.
what is it then?
It's nothing. We're not part of them. We're just helping their president.
By putting him in jail?
Not that president, the woman president that they kidnapped and put away. She was just sworn in. Hegless, I think is his name, or whatever.
Well, that's the guy.
Well, right, but him and Rubio are helping her get her country back together before we pull out of there.
All right, here's what, yeah, and maybe grab a couple billion gallons of oil.
Well, they're sending $3 billion back to oil back to the United States.
Yeah, here's a little gift too.
Yeah.
Here it is, right here. Let's see here, guys. Here's this right here. Maybe. I guess he doesn't want that one. Well, gosh darn. Where the hell is it? Window.
When I go back to this committee that I'm going to be sitting on again this year, I told them last year, I don't want any more Band-Aids. The Band-Aids are falling off.
Yeah, they've been in the pool.
Yeah, they've been in the pool. They're soaking wet. We need real change.
Mm-hmm.
We need real shit. No more Band-Aids. The dam is cracking. You can't even put duct tape, or what is that tape? What is that stuff that they put it
Flex
on these?
Seal?
Yeah, that. You can't even put Flex Seal
that doesn't
on
even freaking
anymore.
work. Right, that stuff doesn't even work.
It's done. It's over. It needs to be torn down and rebuilt the way we want it. Because let's be honest.
And maybe it doesn't even have to be the way that we want it, just the way that works. That's not buying and selling families. You know, if you wanted to, here's the way that you tell that people are in it for the bullshit, right? Just change. You know what? Here's a way to come to a happy medium, right? I think this would be the only way that I would support reform in this system. You know what that is?
What?
Any word that says adoption changed to reunification.
Yeah.
Right down the line. Any word that says adoption in any of these things, any of these documents, you change to reunification. And we'll see how fast people will say, whoa, 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 we're not going to do that. Well, why not? Yeah. Because you're supposed to be about the family, you know, not about the... All right, here we go. Okay, there we go.
Priority in 2026. That's the word today from West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisey.
He says he wants to reform foster care and stabilize families. News political reporter Maddie Sperling joins us now live in studio with more. Maddie?
Since taking office last year, this administration has been very vocal about its efforts to drag West Virginia's foster care system into a new era, one that doesn't rely on CPS. According to Secretary of Health and Human Services, Alex, early prevention is key to this new approach.
Prevention is a key part, though, to the overall success and reform in child welfare, right? So we talk about something that we can do ahead of a child coming into care, but if there are things that we do far in advance of a child welfare system or ever getting a referral, that's really what I want to focus on, right?
These preventative measures will reportedly focus on faith-based communities and preserving the nuclear family, says Secretary Mayer. While many Republican lawmakers in attendance lauded the governor's progress on the issue, they say they're still eagerly waiting the release of his budget next week. Some say they hope for more funding to critical services like child welfare, while others say they'll be focused on reducing the deficit. In the studio, Maddie Sparrow, 13 News.
Maddie, thanks.
Turn your mic on. Turn your mic on. Turn your mic on. Turn your mic on.
I guess we gotta wait and see what the it's on. I guess we gotta wait and see what his budget says, but I mean, he seems like he's going in the right direction.
Well, if he cuts out the welfare money that they want, he'll have a budget.
Yeah. Oh my Lord. I'll tell you, this is it. This is the year. This is it. I mean, everybody out there, you guys need to pledge with us and tell this no more reform. Anybody that you're out there talking to, no more damn reform. We're done with reform. We've been reforming for a long freaking time.
Too long.
No more. Nancy Schaefer died 15 years ago. We are fighting the same fight that she left us with. Nothing has changed. It's gotten worse. And that woman gave her life for your children. It's time for us to give her something. And it's us saying abolishment is it. No more
Darren, take our pictures down for a minute. I want to see that picture.
Oh, the new one I made?
Yeah, because I want that picture. You need to send it to me.
Okay. Here we go. Coming down.
Yeah, I want to see it. I saw some of it. Yeah, I think we all need t-shirts.
In this truth, the court, in this, you see that in the sign above him, it says, in this court, the truth is not welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's the truth. It's obviously a little rough still. I try to fly it, get it done before the show.
Well, whenever you tweak it, you need to put the Constitution up there somewhere too.
Oh yeah, that's what I definitely need.
All right. It's time for Tiffany to go to bed.
Tiffany's going down.
Yeah.
Everybody, don't forget. The fight is for abolishment. We're not playing any more bullshit games. We're not playing any more, here, let's do this and let's not do that. There are kids that are crying their eyes out to sleep tonight because they want their freaking parents. And this is not right, what we're letting them do. And we're not letting them come home. We're not letting them be kids. They're being abused by a state system that we're putting into place, that we're electing. So it's up to us to fix this. And all I say is shove it down their throats, Tiff. Have a good night, everybody.
We gotta live it up on this dirt one time, buddy sister.
Hi, Darren.
Shove it down
See you tomorrow.
All right.
Well, they call it Tiff and the Punisher. You can say that they're a little pissed. They're getting a little sick of this, running into court, swinging that fist. They're calling it child protection. They taking them out of our possession. Constitution says they got no jurisdiction.
We know it's all about the money, we know they lie, we know this is corruption. Does CPS know what they are doing to the children?